The youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. He did these devices. So the government is going to be he's going to clear his name and we're going to stand by his side as he does. How's he going to defend himself at this point? He's got a ton of money. He's got a ton of attorneys. And this whole notion that Mr. Combs is forcing drugs on someone is just nonsensical music. In a case that has captured widespread attention, recent court developments has shed new light on the ongoing legal battles involving Diddy. New evidence has emerged, raising questions about the implications for both the artist and the parties involved. What could this evidence mean for the future of the case? How will it impact Diddy's career and public image? Join us as we delve into the latest update about what Diddy tried during court hearing, recent developments in Diddy's case. Diddy Combs, known for his music entrepreneurship and high-profile lifestyle, Diddy has now found himself at the center of a significant legal storm. Recent developments in his case have shocked fans and the industry alike. He is facing serious charges, including allegations of trafficking and misconduct, charging Sean Combs with racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, interstate transportation. For these accusations paint a troubling picture of his alleged involvement in criminal activities that go far beyond mere misconduct. According to the indictment, Diddy is accused of running a criminal enterprise that engaged in trafficking and forced labor. This network, as described in legal documents, allegedly coerced women into participating in misconduct against their will. The prosecution claims that Diddy used his considerable influence and resources to manipulate these women, sometimes recording these encounters without their consent. These disturbing actions are said to be part of a larger scheme designed to maintain control over his victims, ensuring their silence and compliance. The legal battle is complex and has intensified as Diddy's defense team works diligently to counter the prosecution's claims. One of their main strategies has been to question the credibility of the evidence against him. Diddy's lawyers assert that the government has leaked damaging footage and other events to the media, arguing that these leaks have tainted the jury pool and compromised Diddy's right to a fair trial. This argument shifts the focus from the serious charges to the conduct of the prosecution, adding a layer of drama to the unfolding legal saga. Despite these defense efforts, the prosecution remains determined and emphasizes the strength of their case. They point to extensive digital evidence collected during raids on Diddy's properties, including videos, emails, and communications that allegedly reveal the coercive tactics employed by Diddy and his associates. Witness testimonies play a crucial role in the prosecution's narrative, with several individuals coming forward to share their experiences. These accounts corroborate the allegations of abuse and exploitation, bolstering the prosecution's case. Diddy's defense team, led by prominent attorneys Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Gagos, has also attempted to discredit the witnesses testifying against him. They argue that many of the women had consensual relationships with Diddy and that their involvement in the alleged activities was voluntary. By presenting evidence of long-term relationships and communications, the defense aims to portray the accusers as opportunists seeking financial gain, rather than as victims of a criminal enterprise. This tactic is intended to undermine the prosecution's narrative and create doubt in the minds of jurors. Another significant aspect of the defense strategy has been to delay the legal proceedings. Diddy's attorneys have filed motions to suppress evidence and requested more time to review the vast amounts of data collected by the prosecution. These legal maneuvers serve to buy time for the defense and may weaken the prosecution's case by challenging the admissibility of crucial evidence. Additionally, the defense has hinted at the potential for further legal challenges, including appeals based on alleged procedural errors and violations of Diddy's constitutional rights. As the trial approaches, both sides are preparing for a contentious legal battle. The prosecution plans to present a detailed account of Diddy's alleged crimes, backed by the digital evidence and testimonies from witnesses. Meanwhile, Diddy's defense team is equally committed to presenting a strong counter-narrative that discredits the prosecution's claims and reinforces their portrayal of Diddy as an innocent man facing unjust accusations. The unfolding situation has not only impacted Diddy, but has also raised broader questions about power dynamics in the entertainment industry. With all these intense legal maneuvers at play, what key evidence will truly tip the scales in this case? How much weight will the digital data and witness testimonies carry? Let's explore the critical evidence that could decide the fate of Sean Diddy. Comes in the upcoming trial. Key evidence presented in the ongoing legal battle involving Diddy. The prosecution has gathered a significant amount of evidence, primarily from electronic devices obtained during raids on Diddy's Diddy's properties, nearly 100 devices have been confiscated, including cell phones, laptops, tablets, and hard drives taken from his homes in Miami and Los Angeles, as well as from a private airport in Florida. This haul contains over 90 terabytes of data, which the prosecution describes as extraordinary. They believe this wealth of information will play a crucial role in their case against Diddy, particularly in supporting allegations of serious crimes. The data extracted from these electronic devices includes videos, emails, and other forms of digital communication that allegedly illustrate Diddy's involvement in illegal activities. The prosecution asserts that this evidence will help link Diddy to charges of trafficking and misconduct. However, the sheer volume of data has created a considerable challenge for both the prosecution and defense teams as they work to sift through the vast amounts of information to build their respective cases. The prosecution emphasizes that this digital evidence is critical for outlining the extent of Diddy's alleged criminal enterprise, which they claim involves not only trafficking but also forced labor and other illicit activities. Alongside the digital evidence, witness testimonies have played an essential role in the prosecution's case. Several key witnesses have come forward with detailed accounts of their experiences with Diddy. One of the most significant accounts came from a former employee who shared that they were coerced into participating in and facilitating Diddy's alleged freak-off parties. Reports suggest that these events involved elaborate, intimate performances, often coerced through intimidation, and the influence of controlled substances. Another important testimony was given by a former associate of Diddy who claimed to have witnessed intimidation and coercive behavior employed by Diddy to maintain control over his victims. This witnessed detailed incidents where Diddy allegedly used threats and physical force to ensure compliance from those involved in his activities. The prosecution has utilized these testimonies to strengthen their case, asserting that they corroborate the digital evidence and provide a consistent narrative of Diddy's alleged criminal behavior. On the other hand, Diddy's defense team has attempted to undermine the credibility of these witnesses. They argue that the motivations of the witness are questionable, suggesting that financial gain or personal grudges might be driving their testimonies. The legal team contends that many of the relationships mentioned by the witnesses were consensual, and that the allegations have been either exaggerated or fabricated. Despite the defense's efforts, the prosecution remains confident about the strength of their case, supported by the combination of digital evidence and witness testimonies. They argue that the volume and consistency of the evidence present a compelling case against Diddy, one that they believe will be challenging for the defense to counter. As the trial continues, the interplay between the digital evidence and the witness testimonies is expected to be a focal point. Both sides are working hard to persuade the jury to see their perspective. With the overwhelming amount of digital evidence and witness testimonies presented, how will the judge navigate this complex case? And what pivotal decisions will shape the future of Diddy's trial? Stay tuned as we dive into the crucial role of Judge Aaron Submanin in this high-stakes legal battle. The judge presiding over the case in the ongoing legal saga involving Diddy Kalams. The focus has shifted to a notable figure, the judiciary judge Aaron Submanin, appointed as the district judge for the Southern District of New York. In March 2023, Judge Submanin has made history as the first South to hold this position. Before his judicial career, Judge Submanin had a rich legal background, including clerkships with prominent figures in the judiciary. He worked for Dennis Jacobs on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, and also had the opportunity to clerk for the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. These experiences provided him with insights into the judicial process that would later serve him well as a judge. Prior to his appointment, he was a partner at Suman Godfrey LLP, where his work primarily revolved around commercial and bankruptcy law. The case against Diddy took a significant turn when Judge Subramanian stepped in to oversee the proceedings after the previous judge, Andrew L. Carter Jr., recused himself. One of the first and most notable decisions made by Judge Subramanian was to deny Diddy's request for bail. This ruling has kept the music mogul in custody while he awaits trial. A federal appeals court denied a request from the legal team of Diddy Kalams to immediately release the rapper from jail. The prosecution argued that Diddy posed a flight risk and could potentially intimidate witnesses if he were released. Judge Subramanian agreed with these concerns, highlighting the seriousness of the charges against Diddy. The defense had suggested alternatives, such as home detention with GPS monitoring and a substantial bail amount, but the judge found these measures inadequate given the circumstances. Judge Subramanian has not only focused on the bail issue, but has also played a crucial role in establishing the timeline for the trial. During a hearing on October 10, 2024, he announced that the trial would start on May 5, 2025. This decision came after considering the vast amount of evidence that both sides need to examine. Over 90 terabytes of data was seized from Diddy's electronic devices, and this volume of information necessitated a thoughtful approach to scheduling by allowing ample time for both the prosecution and defense to prepare. Judge Subramanian demonstrated his commitment to ensuring a fair and thorough judicial process. However, his rulings have not come without their share of controversy. The defense team has repeatedly questioned Judge Subramanian's decisions, arguing that both the denial of bail and the extended timeline for the trial are unfairly prejudicing Diddy. They have submitted motions to reconsider the bail ruling, citing new evidence and changes in circumstances that they believe warrant a different outcome, yet Judge Subramanian has consistently denied these requests, maintaining that the risk factors identified during the initial bail hearing still apply. He has underscored the need to preserve the integrity of the trial, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a fair process even for high-profile individuals. Throughout these proceedings, Judge Subramanian has approached his role with careful consideration and balance. He has made it a priority to ensure that both the prosecution and defense have equal opportunities to present their cases fully. His decisions reflect a commitment to judicial impartiality and a determination to uphold the rule of law, which are critical and maintain public trust in the judicial system. Judge Subramanian's decisions have undeniably impacted Diddy's legal situation, but what are the immediate consequences for the music mogul? How is Diddy coping behind bars in one of the harshest jails in New York? Let's explore the reality of where he is now and the conditions he's facing at the jail. Where is Diddy now? Diddy Combs is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center (MDC) in Brooklyn. This facility is known for its tough and often terrible conditions. Diddy was arrested on serious charges, and since then he has been stuck in this federal jail. Many people describe the MDC as hell on earth, highlighting how terrible the living conditions are. Located in an industrial part of Brooklyn, the MDC is the only federal jail in New York City. Unfortunately, it has had severe problems ever since it opened in the 1990s. Life at the MDC is very difficult for Diddy. The facility is overcrowded and dirty, with many inmates complaining about the conditions. There are frequent lockdowns that limit the movement of inmates, meaning they have little access to essential services like showers, exercise, and visits from family or friends. These lockdowns are often the result of staff shortages. The MDC has faced criticism for not having enough guards, which worsens the already dire situation. Without enough supervision, violence often breaks out among the inmates. Reports from the MDC reveal a range of troubling issues. Strictness is a common problem, and there are allegations that some staff members are involved in smuggling contraband into the facility. Tragically, the MDC has seen several deaths over the years, highlighting how dangerous it can be for those incarcerated there. There have been 2 murders, 4 steals, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. The infrastructure of the jail is in poor shape, with problems like falling concrete, freezing temperatures in the winter, and malfunctioning cells. Because of these dangerous conditions, some judges have even refused to send inmates to the MDC, stating that it cannot provide a safe or humane environment. Another significant problem at the MDC is the medical care available to inmates. Many have reported that it takes a long time to receive medical attention, which can worsen their health issues and lead to serious complications. The medical unit at the MDC is often understaffed and lacks the necessary resources to adequately care for the inmate population. This lack of proper medical attention has become a point of contention in Diddy's legal cases. His lawyers argue that the harsh conditions at the MDC are detrimental to his health and well-being. Diddy's legal team has been working hard to secure his release on bail. They have suggested alternatives, such as allowing him to stay under house arrest with GPS monitoring at his mansion in Miami Beach, valued at $48 million. However, the court has denied these requests. The judge cites the seriousness of the charges and the potential for Diddy to tamper with witnesses as reasons for keeping him in custody. His defense team has pointed out the awful conditions at the MDC, describing them as an ongoing tragedy and emphasizing the need for Diddy to be placed in a safer environment. As Diddy waits for his trial, he remains in the MDC, where he endures the tough conditions that many other inmates also face. His situation shines a light on broader issues within the federal prison system. Problems like overcrowding, violence, and poor medical care are all too common in these facilities. The harsh realities at the MDC have attracted considerable media attention, especially given Diddy's celebrity status. His experience has sparked discussions about the urgent need for reform within the federal detention system, raising questions about how inmates are treated and what can be done to improve their circumstances. Diddy's time at the MDC highlights the harsh realities of life behind bars. But what does the future hold for him if he's convicted of these serious charges? Could his empire survive such a hit, or will his legal troubles permanently alter his life and career? Stay with us to explore what could be next for Diddy, the future ahead for Diddy. As should Diddy Combs faces the possibility of conviction on serious charges including trafficking and misconduct, his future looks increasingly uncertain. If he is found guilty, Diddy could face a lengthy prison sentence that would dramatically change his life. Legal experts indicate that the charges against him are severe enough to result in significant time behind bars. Specifically, the conspiracy charge alone carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. The trafficking charge has a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years and could also lead to a life sentence. Given the seriousness of these charges, a long prison term seems almost guaranteed if Diddy is convicted. The prosecution's case is reportedly strong, backed by extensive digital evidence and witness testimonies, which further increases the likelihood of a conviction. However, the potential sentencing isn't the only hurdle. He faces the personal and professional consequences of his legal troubles are far-reaching. On a personal level, Diddy's time in prison would have a profound impact on his family. As a father to 6 children, his absence would surely affect them deeply. They would not only have to cope with the idea of their father being in prison, but they would also endure the emotional turmoil of public scrutiny surrounding the case. The stigma associated with his charges and potential conviction could lead to long-lasting psychological effects on his children and other family members. Relationships within his family may also suffer as the emotional strain takes its toll. On the professional front, Diddy's legal battles threaten to dismantle the empire he has built over decades. His business ventures span across music, fashion, and media, with his brand being a crucial part of his success. The ongoing legal issues have already begun to tarnish his reputation, which is essential for maintaining solid business partnerships and consumer trust. Companies and brands associated with Diddy may start distancing themselves from him to avoid negative publicity, leading to the termination of lucrative deals and partnerships. This distancing could result in significant financial losses and hinder future business opportunities, making it difficult. Energy figure Kid was seen engaging with other celebrities and adding his unique flair to the evening. His association with Diddy at such exclusive events underscores the deep connections he has built within the industry over the years. One of the reasons why this footage gained so much traction online is the mystery and exclusivity that surrounds Diddy's parties. While images and clips often leak, what happens behind closed doors is rarely fully revealed, leaving fans and media outlets to speculate about the nature of these high-profile events. The buzz around this particular footage was amplified by rumors and speculations that often accompany such gatherings, with many wondering what conversations and deals might be taking place among the industry elites and attendants. As the viral clips continue to circulate, they serve as a reminder of Diddy's enduring influence not only in music, but also in shaping celebrity culture through these grand social events. And thanks for watching my video.